What's going on, you guys? It's your Huggable Hipster here, and welcome back to today's episode of The Casual Nerd, a very late, albeit, episode of The Casual Nerd. It's, what time is it right now? It is 9:33 p.m. in the evening. So yeah, I promised you guys that I was going to get this out today, along with the other video that I posted today to make up for not posting any videos yesterday. So yeah, that's why it's so late. I want to leave some breathing room in between videos and everything, and when I post them, that way it's not one after the other. But tonight's video is going to be short, sweet, and to the point. You're not going to get any inserts or anything like I normally do. That will be for next Monday. So we're going to discuss some of the news that I'm hearing about Silent Hill 2 Remake from Blobber Team Leaks Online. It picks our proof of concepts and Claims Insider. So this is interesting because I'm hearing this all over the place, and it states in the article even that only a few days ago there was chatter of Konami announcing something Silent Hill related as early as this month. While the publisher is keeping mum about it, we may have seen some evidence of the rumored Silent Hill games in development. Now, it's interesting to me because I have such a conflict of interest. I have such a conflict of my heart because I don't like the Blobber team. I don't like the way that they obviously plagiarize things in Layers of Fear, and I don't like the way that they handled mental health that much in the medium. I mean, it was interesting and it was great to be able to play that game and see where they were going with things, and I really enjoyed the medium. But after a year or so of it being out and everything like that, I thought that, I thought of things in retrospect, and I thought of, did they really handle this the way I thought they should have? It was one of those things where you don't realize it until a little bit after, sort of thing, and while I like the way that they did the mechanics of it, and while I really enjoyed back in the day before I knew about their plagiarism stuff, I really enjoyed Layers of Fear and everything like that. So it kind of sucks to have games that you somewhat enjoyed be turned into this whole thing. And the thing is that I have my morals. I have who I am as a person. It doesn't matter what remake they're doing. It doesn't matter what kind of game they're doing. I'm not going to be playing it if they are the ones who are actually making it. It's going to be interesting seeing the comments and seeing what people might think, because it's I'm always worried that people are well, you liked it then, why don't you like it now? It's because people learn, they grow, and they change, and they learn about things in retrospect. It also states here in the article that images for a remake of Silent Hill 2, which is said to be in development at the Medium Studio Blobber Team, I keep messing up that name, have been shared online. Said images admittedly slightly blurry, but one of them clearly features a nurse monster from Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill is my favorite horror franchise. It's wonderful. I love it. I'm very worried about a remake for this game because it is a classic. It's an iconic masterpiece. So for the Blooper team to go ahead and take on this kind of, dare I say it, monstrous task, no pun intended, it's going to be interesting to see how the fans react, how journalists react, how everybody reacts, how Kojima reacts, because, I can't imagine what Team Silent must be thinking of all of this, of all of these rumors, of everything that's going on. Like I said, I have my morals, I have my pride, I have what I believe in. I don't flip-flop with my agenda. I'm very true to who I am. Like I said, just because it's a game that I enjoy and it's a remake of a game that I enjoy, I'm not going to be buying it. So next up in gaming news, this actually breaks my heart. The Last of Us Part 1 damaged Firefly editions will not be replaced or refunded by Sony. Way to go, Sony. So it states here that Sony is reportedly refusing to replace The Last of Us Part 1 Firefly editions that have been damaged during shipping, even though the pricey collector's edition was only available from the company's own PlayStation Direct store. It wasn't available on GameStop, Best Buy, anywhere else. It was only available through their store, through their hub. Nice going. Now, it also states here that The Last of Us Part 1 Special Edition features a steel case, the first 4 comics in the American Dream series, as well as a bunch of in-game skins and boosts. Given that the Firefly Edition costs $99.99, while the standard version of the game is $69.99, you'd expect the limited collector's edition would have been securely shipped. No. This is what happens when bigger companies get involved, especially with their own store hub. Things go awry more times than not. It's just really sad because it's I'm going to be getting this game when it comes out for PC, but I'm oh my God, as a collector myself, it's so frustrating to see how poorly packaged items are nowadays. Like, you just see so much go awry. You see so much happening in post. You see so many different things get either damaged or broken or lost. And it's really heartbreaking. It really is, because there's so much work that goes into that stuff. It's not really that good of a look for Sony, considering the fact that like they pride themselves on their games. They pride themselves on a lot. And the fact that they're not taking refunds and they're not reshipping out new ones, the not shipping out of the collector's editions, I can actually see why they're not doing that, because there was already most likely a limited number of the special editions in their quantity in the warehouse. So I can see why that is, but not refunding, that's a little below the belt. I don't think that that's cool, especially since they are with tax over $100. And lastly, in gaming news today, Microsoft's $70 billion Activision Blizzard deal faces competition probe in the UK. You thought we were done with this acquisition? Oh, no. We're just getting started. Now, Microsoft's deal to buy game company Activision Blizzard for nearly $70 billion is facing an in-depth probe in the United Kingdom after a competition watchdog on Thursday said that the deal could lead to competition concerns. Please, somebody take over Blizzard. Please, those poor people. The UK Competition and Markets Authority, CMA, is concerned that the deal could harm rivals by combining Microsoft's leading game console, Xbox, leading cloud platform, Azure, and leading PC operating system, Windows OS, with Activision's popular games. Competition is healthy. I think, not to sound mean, but I feel like the UK Competition and Markets Authority needs to just chill for a little bit. That probably sounds a little bit like, whoa, Ariel, what are you saying right now? But it's true. Like, if you are going to have a healthy amount of competition, we would not have PlayStation. We would not have all of these different companies right now. It even states here, in quote, "We are concerned that Microsoft could use its control over popular games like Call of Duty, World of Warcraft post-merger to harm rivals, including recent and future rivals in multi-game subscription services and cloud gaming," Sorja O'Carroll, CMA's senior director of mergers, said in the statement. I feel like it's complaining just to complain. That's how it comes off to me. I really think that that competition is good for business. I feel like competition is healthy when it's healthy, not mean or diminutive. I feel like there is a place for it. I feel like this is just saying, well, we have an issue, so we want you to not. It also states here that the CMA said that the concerns found in the first part of the review warrant an in-depth second phase investigation, which will allow an independent panel of experts to probe the risks identified, which could possibly mean if they find any reason that they don't like, that Activision Blizzard will stay its own company and will not get acquired by Microsoft. Do we see how problematic that is? Do we see how problematic it is for the people, the women who work there every single day? But it also states here that Sony, as the industry leader, says it's worried about Call of Duty, but we've said that we are committed to making the same game available on the same day of both Xbox and PlayStation. We want people to have more access to games, not less. And after all, it is Sony Computer Entertainment, isn't it? That's what it says when you load up Bloodborne anyway. You guys, that was it for this episode of The Casual Nerd. If you guys like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit that bell down below. I make videos here every day on YouTube. Tomorrow, I mistyped out in the community page that there was going to be a Bloodborne DLC review. I don't know why I put that there. It's actually going to be the V Rising review. Now, technically, there is no end to this game. It's kind of like, Animal Crossings, but vampires. But yeah, it should be an interesting review. My stuff with Patreon is a little bit late because things around, IRL have been rather hectic. So there is going to be a ton of Patreon posts tomorrow. If you guys have not, please be sure to follow my Patreon and subscribe. It would mean the absolute world. That being said, stay casually nerdy, you guys, and I will see you all in the next video. See ya.